Welcome back to Broken Bobby's Transformation Page. If you are new to the page, in 1990 I became involved in the drug gang world. From 92 to '06, I spent a lot of time incarcerated. I tell these stories to let you know it don't have to be you. If you're young and thinking about trying something or you're figuring out how to get out, these are my stories of this lifestyle and how it affected me, and eventually I got out and transformed my life. So let's get into today's story. So, as you can see by the thumbnail, Blacks versus Mexicans is end to hostilities over. So, it has been reported that there have been two full scale riots in the last couple of weeks in California state prisons on level 4 yards. Now, this, could be very detrimental to the end of hostilities. If you don't know what the end of all hostilities is, back in like 2014, there was a lawsuit filed against the state of California to get the leaders of the big four organizations in California prisons released from the SHU program. The SHU program is a secure housing unit, and that was in Pelican Bay and in Corcoran, where a lot of these uh, big homies were housed for decades for some of them. And they would validate these guys as prison gang members of one of the big four, and they would basically warehouse these guys away forever with an indeterminate shoe. And what they did with the end to all hostilities is they basically made a peace agreement that between the big four organizations there would no longer be war, and that everybody would get along to be able to come out onto these general population mainline yards. So, yeah, that happened. Everybody got released out to these mainline yards, and things have been going very well as far as no very large full scale altercations between groups over this time. But in the last couple of weeks, there's been two major events, and I'm going to jump into them and tell you a little bit about them. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, smash that like button, drop a comment, let me know what you think, and share this video. It's really helping us to grow, and it's helping to get the videos out and into the algorithm. So I appreciate everybody that's been doing that. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so when I drop a new video, you will be informed, and hit the all so that when I drop a new video, it'll let you know. So on February 7th at Kern Valley State Prison, there was an altercation between four inmates. A fight broke out, basically, which quickly turned into a 125-man riot. Several of the participants were taken to outside hospitals for injuries that they sustained, and 7 weapons were ultimately recovered. This was between the blacks and the Hispanics, as it's being reported. I found a news article on it. It doesn't really break down the groups involved or anything. It just gives you the raw data, basically. So now on this one, it sounds like, being that only 7 weapons were recovered, it sounds like this was a spontaneous kickoff. And this could be over a disrespect issue, or it's hard to say. But when with only 7 weapons being recovered, typically if they were planning to kick this off, there would have probably been 50 weapons recovered. So it tends to make me believe that this was something that happened spontaneously, and it erupted and a lot of people got hurt. So then on this last Thursday at Lancaster Prison, and these are both level 4 yards where this occurred, same thing happened. Blacks and Hispanics in a major, incident. Now, I don't know if this is if these were both spontaneous events, it seems kind of odd, but I mean, it's possible that somebody from one of these yards contacted somebody from the other yard with, the cell phones being readily available now. I mean, it could have been something like that, but it also, could be, is this SNY versus general population? SNY being sensitive need yards or protective custody in California versus general population mainline. And I mean, this could be a possibility as well because the state of California is trying to integrate all these yards to where they're not SNY or GP. They're just, everything's general population in their eyes. And if that's what's happening, then that's on the administration of CDCR because they're trying to integrate these yards and get these guys to play nice together, but it's not going to happen. If you are SNY, you're seen as basura by the GP or trash because, you couldn't cut it in the GP's eyes. And the SNY guys basically are, they're a lot of these guys have been wronged and sent over to the other side. Not all of them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be the spokesperson for the SNYs, but these guys were soldiers on the main line, so I don't see why anything would be different now. And they're not just gonna let these guys, run over them. So if that's what they're doing, if they're trying to integrate these yards, then shame on CDCR for that one because a lot of people are going to get hurt. And it seems like CDCR's hell bent on, making all these lines general population and no difference between the two. So, I'm not really sure, but from what I've heard, there's not a lot of black gangs on the SNY side. So to have two major incidents like this, would tend to make me believe that this is happening on the main line. And if it is, what does that do to the end of hostilities agreement? Is it still in place? I mean, the big part of that was the North and the South within the Hispanic factions, but you also have the blacks and you have the whites as well. So, I mean, what does that do to that if that's the case? I mean, is the end of hostilities coming to an end? Is the CDCR going to try to, reinstitute the indeterminate shoe and lock a lot of these gang leaders away? I mean, I think honestly that's probably part of their plan because they really don't want these big shots out there because they wield so much power over the general population of inmates. And, if they can ratchet up the violence on these yards, then they can say, see, it didn't work. And put these guys back into the SHU or the RHU, as they're calling it now, the restrictive housing unit. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think that it's the administration trying to squash that end of hostilities thing and lock the big homies back up? Is the end of hostilities just becoming unraveled at this point? And, the nature of these convicts is kicking in and the wars are going to start kicking off again? I'm really not sure, but, uh, family, fitness, and freedom are what helped me to not be in these situations anymore and live a decent lifestyle out here as a free individual, and it can help you too. So remember, it's just making good decisions and compounding those good decisions and not letting one bad decision ruin your day. So that's the story for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash that like button, or, smash that thumbs down if you didn't like it. Drop a comment and tell me what you think, and continue to share the video because, like I said, it's really helping the channel to grow. I think we're at about 650 subs now, so 1,000 is right around the corner. I appreciate everybody watching the videos, and don't look at the mountain. Just start climbing.